Right, so there's all this shitey graffiti at this underpass that I walk through sometimes. So the council removed the slurs by covering it up with these black boxes. And I thought, you've done the job, but it still looks pretty horrible. So I thought, what can be done to cover up these slurs and and also make the place look nicer? I know it's too much to ask. And so I thought, well, I have to cover up with something colourful. And then I got thinking about patterns. What patterns could you paint on there? And I remembered a video I saw of somebody cutting up a paint roller to put, ironically, graffiti tags so he could just roll this tag along. I thought, oh, that's good. What sort of nice pattern could you put on there? I came up with wallpapers, and I thought that's perfect because that's what wallpaper does. Wallpaper covers up what's underneath it. In itself, it looks great. I thought paint's a better medium because that's a bit more permanent. I went looking and I found a seamless texture of some Victorian wallpaper, which was simple enough, but I needed to get rid of some of the detail because I know not all of that's going to come through and it's just going to come through as a big splodge. With this paint roller, I rolled it once exactly to find out what the sort of flat surface of this would be. So I printed it out and then cut it out. I tried using scissors for around the edges, but in the middle, oh man, it was a hassle. So I whacked out the scalpel, and I knew I was going to need the scalpel later for cutting the roller. So I just thought I'll use it here with the stencil. And then I used pins. There's probably a better way to do this. I just pinned it to the roller, and then with some fine liner, I drew the pattern onto the roller, and then I used a scalpel again to cut out the roller. Of course, I was never going to use a scalpel without cutting myself, so I made sure to do that. And then I got this old wooden poster and I painted it white. And then the moment came where I got to roll the paint. I've never used a paint roller before, so the cuts are deeper on one side of the roller than they are on the other, and you can see which side that they're shallower on, because that's where you get this big line. And I'm losing all definition of the image there. So I just sort of rolled it once, went, great, that's fantastic. Roll it again, but of course you need to line it up so it doesn't look like you've just rolled it in stripes. It looks like it's one big painting. And then I forgot which way I was holding the roller. For future reference, make note of which way you're holding it and sort of find an identifiable part of the roller to start with. So with all this in mind, I trimmed down the roller and repainted the board white and tried again. The results this time were far better. The issue of it being so splodgy is fixed. The other side still isn't getting enough paint, but I do wish that there was a bit more sort of horizontal action going. If I was to redo this, I'd probably add another little vine going off sideways, because it works really well vertically, but there's only really one flower that's going across the way to make the overall pattern look more complete. I think I've gotten everything I wanted to get out of this project now. What I wanted to see was possible was if I could make a seamless texture with a roller, and I think I've proven to myself that that can be done.